Hey, this is Ken Casey from the Dropkick Murphys, and I love the Grandstanders! Take it away, kid.
To another edition of Grandstanders Live. I'm your host, Scott Kerman, and I'm joined by my usual cohorts, Milton's first son, Tim Hoey, Uncle Joe McLaughlin, and he's the barber to the stars, Hollywood Pete McGilvery, and he always knows how to dress to a party. All right, first of all, I want to thank our great sponsor, Dante's Pizzeria, 415 Harvard Street. David's on a big catering event at the Seaport, so he's hot.
Cha-ching.
Nothing hotter than the Seaport right
Yeah,
now.
absolutely. So he's got a big event. So congratulations on that, David. Again, 415 Harvard Street, Dante's Pizzeria. All right, so boys, so we said this, that in Bill we trust. Now, you guys have been saying when I was awful nervous about the defense early on in the season, they would improve no matter who they put out there. Literally, they had put out a guy, Eric Lee, that Tom Brady doesn't even know who he is, and he's the star of the game defensively. They can take guys off the living room couch and
I think what they do is when they pick a guy, number one, versatility, coachability. So it's not like they're just taking anybody off the street. They carefully pick guys who are coachable and who take instruction. And obviously, they have to be athletically able to do it. But I think the number one aspect is they look at the type of person it is. Are they coachable?
But it's a system, right? Guys, it has to be the system.
I think they don't ask anyone to do something that they can't do either. They put Eric Lee
Which
in
they
there.
found out with Gilmore, right?
Yeah.
And Marsh, who they end up giving up a 5th and a 7th round
I never
pick.
got that.
And again, like we say in training camp, when a draftee puts the pads on for their first day, they knew right away that Marsh didn't fit in that team.
I knew right away. It's like
He was fine in coverage. He just couldn't set the edge.
But he was an
Could not
undersized
set the
guy,
edge.
and they made a
Too
big
small.
mistake on
And
that.
they needed someone desperately to set the edge.
And that is, they're not afraid to say they made a mistake and let a guy go.
But it's kind of brilliant that they do all these during training camp. They play, against other teams. They practice against other teams. And next thing you know, they're rating the prospects of these teams. They get it right, and that's what they're doing with the Bills, right? They knew all about, Greg Lee.
They never practiced with
No, but he was on another
with the Ravens.
or
they-
one of the teams,
They
Tampa or
probably
something.
have-
Yeah.
They probably have
Yeah,
a
right,
team,
New
a
Orleans,
team
right.
of guys who are ignoring the Patriots and are just studying the opponent's guys who might be available later on.
Yeah, it's remarkable.
Well, Bob Kraft pays for probably the best scouting staff in the NFL. He's got a much bigger scouting staff. Casario's got a huge scouting staff, both pro and college, that they can really evaluate these people better than the other teams can.
Well, we never thought that the defense this season could win a game for us, did we, right? We thought every game the offense would have to come out and score 35 points. Well, really, this game against the Bills, the defense won this game.
Well, the Bills aren't very good, though, offensively.
No, but it was in Buffalo. They had a winning record. They were currently a playoff caliber team, and the Patriots embarrassed them in the second half.
Yeah, they took them apart, for sure.
That third quarter, that opening drive was...
I mean, they don't look like they play very well, but then they're beating teams by 23, 26 points. And they're not playing well.
In the NFL now, too, other than the Patriots, you just wait for teams to screw up.
Yeah, right, and they will.
The poor coaching, the lack of discipline.
They'll beat
It
themselves.
is staggering how prevalent that is in the NFL right now.
So great point.
Especially in Cincinnati.
So the recipe right now for the Patriots to lose is the Patriots have to play very poorly, and the team they play has to play perfect. Would you say that?
Not perfect, but close to it.
Yeah,
They gotta have
I
their
would
better
agree with
games.
that. Yeah.
For instance, look at Kansas City. That is just poor discipline and coaching across the board. They started out so hot. That would never happen to the Patriots.
That's the
Patriots
difference.
trend up
Right.
always.
Exactly.
Just about every other team, they're up and down. They're like a roller coaster.
Yeah,
The
you
Patriots are
remember-
the only consistent thing in the NFL. It
The
seems like.
beat guys, the Patriot beat guys, the Patriots at the beginning of the season, ooh, this isn't looking that good. Don't worry. They're going to work it out, like to your point, and they're going to trend
Well,
up.
the Patriots have ups and downs. It just they don't have the hills and valleys that the other teams have. It's
Yeah.
just more of a
Well,
gentle curve.
plus it matters with the schedule, too. This schedule's kind of weird. All these teams in the back end like this.
Yeah, the AFC teams, AFC East
well,
teams,
they
they
thought
usually don't
that
play
would
them like that.
generate interest having a lot of division, but 4 of the divisions could be sewed up this week.
Yeah, well, look, when
Real
Jay
early.
Cutler is playing against you, that's an automatic
Yeah, they're
win.
gonna-
Yeah,
That's
they-
embarrassing on a Monday night game.
I don't
Yeah.
think they just gotta win.
That game, it's going to be 28-16.
Oh, yeah. I don't know where you got that number
How many
from.
head
That's for
scratching
us.
how many head scratching interceptions will Cutler throw?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh,
Man.
yeah. We haven't had a pick six, have we? The whole season? I don't think so.
Not that I can
No, I mean, this just screams for it, right?
Yeah.
At some point. All right, so I love Brookline's own Tom Brady. You know I love him.
I don't
you
know
know
that.
I love him.
Tom,
but
if you're watching, hater
convinced.
alert.
but I've had enough. As you know, we need to protect Tom Brady. That's the most
it's
important
not that
thing.
You just like Jimmy G a little
No,
more.
he's not on the team anymore.
I know, but you like him a little more.
No, I do like Jimmy
He's a
G.
little better
I
looking.
like Jimmy G. I don't want to see
A
more or
little
less.
more than Tom.
No, it's like saying I like one kid more than the other. No, I love both of them.
But you-
okay. All right, but the arrogance
G
of
just
Brookline's own Tom Brady that he refuses to leave games that are out of hand in the fourth quarter, risking his health and the
All right,
future of this
You think
team
I was doing it for
is
stats?
I was
is
just thinking,
outrageous.
This is an analogy. Scotty looking at a 1980 Sports Illustrated with Christy Brinkley in it and saying, boy, her ears have a
No,
funny
hey,
shape,
well,
have
first
a
of all,
funny shape to them.
No, it'd be Cheryl Teagues, which I still
Boy,
can't
look
get
at
over
her,
that
look
fishnet.
at her ears. Her
No,
ears are
no,
kind of
that's not
funny
true.
shape. I mean,
That's
you
not
are
true.
looking for flaws. This may be, next to Bobby Orr, who was my number one in my heart. This guy is a gift from God to this
But no,
region.
let's just talk
He-
about let's
he
talk
is
about
a
the
winner.
subject and matter.
He
I don't.
is a gentleman. He is intelligent. He is a good human being.
Oh my God,
This
you
guy
love-
wants
I
to
know,
stay
I love
in the
him
game.
too. I would have his child if I could. But then
But his ears are
seriously,
shaped funny. He has funny shaped ears. I mean, what are you
no, but
saying?
listen to the question. Don't you think he's arrogant by not?
I
by-
don't think he's
Competitive,
being
he's
arrogant.
competitive.
He's just
Competitor.
So
he
you
loves
don't.
he loves
he
to
likes
play
to
football.
play.
He
So
likes to play
you don't get
football.
nervous. You don't get nervous when he's
I
out there
do.
on a
Do I?
21-point game.
I do.
Yeah, I don't understand, to your point, why Bill doesn't say, come on, Tom, you're not going to lose your job.
Right.
But Tom Brady has been shown that I'm not as secure as I think because they brought Jimmy in and everybody had that love fest with him. So he's right back in Michigan.
But now he's got cardboard.
Even though he's the best player
He has
in
a
the world.
cardboard cutout, Pete, in Brian Hoyer right now. He has no threat to anyone.
He let Brian
thinks
take the
he's
kneel.
Drew
He let
Henson.
Jimmy do that.
No, that's true. Right, but I'm saying, if he gets hurt, you guys will be the first ones to rip into who? Bill Belichick.
Well, you do notice
If
when
he-
he
right, if
comes
that's-
in, he's handing the ball off 95% of the time.
But he took 9 hits in that last
some
game.
big
These
hits.
things are starting to add up now.
And
To
that
your
wasn't
point,
a very good
maybe
pass
they
rush.
should be managing him a little better. I mean, who's calling the shots over there?
Look, these guys, at the end of the season, when they play the Patriots, one of their main goals as defensive linemen is to hurt Tom Brady, to take him out. Now, we see kneel downs at the end of the game. All of a sudden, linemen will start going at each other, right? Guys, late in the game, when they're out of it and they're aggravated, what are they trying to do? Take Tom Brady out. All I'm saying is we need to protect him. Now that Jimmy G's not there anymore, we need to protect Tom
In your
Brady.
defense, remember how we killed Belichick when Gronkowski got hurt on the point after.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I mean, it's management. You got to manage the guy. Don't forget, he missed 4 games last year. Might have had something to do with how sharp he was towards the end of last year.
Right, look, but that's where analytics would have come in too. If they had an analytical guy who said, the chances of Tom Brady getting
Ernie
hurt,
Adams.
right, in X amount of plays is
Brooke
this.
Hines.
Yeah,
Do you
but
want to?
then you'd have the argument that you can't play when you're 40.
No, right, no. I'm just.
My view of it is he loves to be playing football. He loves to get out there and take the snap.
Yeah,
he
he's-
loves
yeah.
football.
If I can play, I'm going to play.
I'd rather have a wild horse that I have to tame than a dull horse that I have to get fired up.
Hey,
I mean,
but this is a fan show, Timmy, and what are the fans doing at the end of the game? All of a sudden, we're happy about the victory, but we're pissed off because he's still in the game, right? So everybody's screaming at the TV.
Well,
will
I'm not pissed off.
All right, well, I am.
I have been scratching my head about it since he became a star. He's been in there quite a few times when he didn't have to be in.
Right.
And it is a head scratcher, but maybe that's just the way he's wired.
It's
He's
the
not
only.
doing quarterback sneaks or anything. You know, it's mostly quick hitters.
Breaking news: Roger Goodell signs his contract.
Oh, that was.
Oh, that's
hours
Yeah, no, I
ago.
know, I saw that. Yeah, Roger Goodell signed his contract. He's going to get $50 million. Oh my
And a
God!
jet, did he get the
40
jet
million,
for life?
40.
He has more pictures on those
Did he get the
guys.
jet for life?
Is that right? Yeah.
I don't know.
200
That
million
was
in
one.
5
Jerry
years.
Jones must be thrilled.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, sure.
Well, no, Jerry Jones didn't get what he wanted. He only it's 200 million potential in 5 years, but it could only be 4 million a year if he doesn't hurt. The
he
numbers
doesn't
are
raise the
you gotta-
revenue?
You got to hit certain
incentive
numbers.
laden.
Yeah, but they're easy to hit. I mean,
Well,
if
the
you keep
NFL's
things
trending down right now.
If you just keep things the same, you'll make all those.
The
numbers.
NFL is trending down, though.
Yeah.
All right, so boys, Nate Solder has had an up and down season. A lot of times when all of a sudden there's a call on the field, the penalty, it seems to be Nate Solder. He's a free agent after this year. Do we sign him or not?
I say if what can we improve on the position? If we can improve on the position, yes, I don't sign him. If we cannot improve, he's a good player.
Yeah,
but if
Would
we
this
can get
be
a
his
better
third
player,
contract?
I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess it would
2
be.
years
yeah.
ago, Marcus Cannon was destined to be the best. Tackles usually don't make the market. Marcus Cannon was destined to be the best tackle going to be out there. They immediately signed him to an extension. If he,
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
that
the
was a
year-
great signing.
The year before that, Marcus Cannon cost him the friggin' AFC
yeah,
playoff.
and no one could figure out why they were extending him. It's
Yeah.
'cause tackles just
I mean,
don't
we all
make
know
it to
the most
market.
important person on that offensive line is Dante Scannell.
Oh, no question. Yeah, it's all about coaching.
that is one guy that can make a beautiful cake out of a pile of mud.
It's mud. You said the word. That was very sweet of you. I was thinking other things. All right, Josh McDaniels.
Gone.
Rumors he goes to New York Giants,
yeah.
which is one of the top jobs, obviously.
Oh yeah, Belichick would take it himself.
So McDaniels gone.
Gone.
I don't know. Don't you feel like he's got a deal in place?
Well, that's
Now
a,
that Jimmy's gone, that kind of changes things a little, I think.
that's a great question
'Cause
because if he
it's-
doesn't go to the Giants, then
You
the
think
fix is in, right?
Yeah, because he could have. I'm sure he's been offered other head coaching jobs before this.
Yeah, well, obviously he coached in Denver.
Will
He was
he
at-
take-
After Denver and before.
Will he?
Yeah.
Will he? Parcells was very strategic on the teams that he took. Parcells took teams that were in the depths of despair.
But had
they
a
had
good
some
basic
good young
talent.
players
And the number
They-
one pick.
Yeah.
And they had the top 3 pick, and there was a good quarterback coming out of college. He took positions where there was no downside; it was only up. You wonder if McDaniels looks at the Giants and is kind of looking at what's their future.
Well, Bill Belichick has always wanted that Giants job, right?
Yes.
That was his dream job. And I ask you boys, in a
No.
trade,
No.
what would you need back from the New York Giants, who are possibly going to have the first pick in the, well, they won't, the Browns. They'll have the top 3 pick in the draft. What do you need
Timmy
to
said
give
it
up
right,
Bill
Nate.
Belichick?
Timmy said it earlier. 15 years of number one.
No,
pick.
oh, come on.
And
Now,
I
let's
think
be
I-
Number 1
realistic.
and number 2
Now,
picks.
look, if Jimmy G could go, the franchise quarterback could go for a 2nd-round pick, boys. Come on, there's a price tag. What do you need?
Why do you insist on making Jimmy G a Canton candidate on every turn?
Well, if you notice,
He just
he
got a
comes
start.
in. He comes in, and they win a game.
just got his
All
field
he
goals.
does
His third
is win.
NFL
5
start.
field goals.
All he does is win.
His third NFL
He probably
start.
kicked those field goals. No,
He's
what?
not Doug Flutie.
No, he's not. All right,
taller.
what do you need?
3 NFL stats, one of which you got hurt at.
What do you need?
Very fragile.
Do you think it's realistic that Bill Belichick would leave the Patriots now?
Look, we're just
Is
playing
the
this game.
Giants the dream job, or is the Patriots the dream job?
The Giants may be the. Look,
Belichick will stay here.
He
now
may have
with his son
exhausted.
stay here.
No, but
I'm just saying,
which is a better franchise? Where would you go?
What's that? Well, of course, I would stay with the Patriots right now because the future. I mean, the Giants aren't going to be in any Super Bowls the next couple of
Belichick
years.
kept that house in New York for 10 years, and then he sold it about 5 or 6 years ago. That means he
That's-
gave up on the Giants.
That's
job.
because it was close to Saratoga.
Right. Look, it's a great challenge.
It was in Harlem.
Because if Belichick, he won't be connected with Tom Brady, and if he can win a Super Bowl with a team that is one of the worst teams in football without Tom Brady,
but how long will
all of a
that
sudden
take?
it creates even more of a legacy.
But how long would that take?
Well, look, I don't know. And
6 years?
And look,
Where do you come up with these thoughts?
what do you need? I just need to know what
What
you
are you
need.
slam bed
What-
staring at the
what-
ceiling?
What do you need, guys? Because what do you? If the Giants were to
What will
give
Ryan
so
beat
ludicrous.
Jim the most?
This
Giants
is so
give-
ludicrous.
all right, number 1 pick and a number 2
No,
pick
Belichick-
for the next
Belichick-
3 years.
Belichick
Would
is
you do
fit.
it? 6 draft
And-
picks.
No.
And Malcolm.
No, 6 draft
And
picks.
Malcolm
Seriously.
Butler.
No, he
Nothing.
wouldn't do that because then he wouldn't go there.
Well, all right. Well, I'm just saying, would you do it for 6 draft picks?
That's a great point.
Yeah. Don't
I would
come
do
on,
it to
it's
be able to get the
Jeez,
quarterback.
It's my party.
So
Come
you
on.
Okay, here's what you know. Your first 3 draft picks for the next 10. Your first,
No, that's
first, second, and third.
ridiculous.
No, that's what he's equivalent to. Those
No,
spots.
he's
Look at our
not.
defense
He's
at the
not.
beginning of the year,
Yeah.
and look what they are now.
You know
he's
what,
the
though?
magic maker.
I understand what you're trying to ask, but what would you rather have, Belichick or McDaniels? I mean,
Look, if the
for a new team
Patriots
starting out.
the Patriots need a lot of shoring up. Okay, this is a team that needs
They're
a lot
the
of.
defending champ. They're
They need-
champions of the world.
Oh, because of
10
one
and
player,
2.
Tom Brady. They are that vulnerable. Okay, take Tom Brady out of that team, and they're lucky if they're a 500 team.
Well, then they'll
I'm
just have
just
to run the ball
saying.
more.
I'm just
Take
saying.
any star player.
Okay.
Take any star quarterback off of it. Take Aaron Rodgers off of
What
the
happened
Packers.
to Green Bay?
What happens to them?
Give me 6 top picks, and I'll drive Bill.
Let's
to
just
New
give it
York.
away.
Look what
Okay.
happened to the
Yeah.
Colts when Peyton Manning went down.
Just
Last
give it
play.
them
All right,
move on.
all right. So Patriots, Dolphins, 28-16. I don't even really care what these
I
two
called
are. All right, so we're gonna go to the Celtics, and
Oh.
I ask you: is Jason Tatum, of course, AKA Kevin Durant, is he among the big 3 now? Is it Al Horford, Kyrie Irving, and Jason Tatum? Are they the big
I was
3
at the
currently
game
on the
the other
Celtics?
night, and it got a little close. We were playing Houston. No, not Houston. Milwaukee. And I said, they got to get Tatum out there.
See, right?
This guy is as smooth as butter on his shot.
But has he become? If we have a big 3, is he amongst them?
We were trying to think, who does he remind you of? And we really couldn't figure it out.
He's
Kevin
so
Durant, I've been saying it. How many times do I have to say it? Why does no one listen to when I speak? Kevin
Because
Durant.
he's only played 16 games or something like that.
But he's that good. You can just see he has all the moves.
He went
he
up for a
makes all
rebound.
the throws.
He went up-
he does
went up
make
for a
all the
rebound.
throws.
He went up for a rebound in one game, and he was this much higher than everybody else for that rebound.
Yeah,
He
There was that
is.
one game.
He's definitely special. I'll
But
give
he's
it.
only 19.
Kevin Durant.
You know
I'm
what's
not ready.
perplexing to me?
I'm
Just
not ready.
how,
He's a very mature 19, but he's only 19.
you know what's perplexing to me? How they had Lonzo Ball and him even in the same conversation.
Lonzo Ball went ahead of him in the draft.
Well, at that time,
Stupefying.
80% of the people thought Danny was nuts.
yeah, well, we didn't. I think he slow played it, right? He totally slow
He
played.
definitely slow.
Who are these experts putting Lonzo Ball and him in the same? Lonzo Ball looks like this kid I used to play up the schoolyard with that shot.
Yeah, but he
from
was a
back
great
here.
But
college
Fultz
player.
may be a worse player than Ball. That's the irony of it. I mean, everything was hyped on the Fultz, and maybe the Celtics were creating some of that hype too, so they could,
Yeah.
all of a sudden.
Yeah, but they was never worried about Tatum going 1. Never.
no,
How was there not? Though?
I know.
That's what I'm perplexed.
It was
that
just
goes to show you, right?
yeah.
Fultz's team lost to Harvard. Do you think any team with Larry Bird on it, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, would have ever lost to Harvard? I mean,
Right.
these guys carry their teams to
Point
the
guard is
NCAA
a, position,
championship.
a more important position. Point guard and center seem to be people will draft ahead. If all things being equal, they'll take the point guard of the center ahead of the wingman.
That's true. That's true.
And Danny did not lie to us. He would have taken Tatum first. All right, so I just want to say something special. We were at the game, and thanks again, Timmy, for bringing me. There's something special about the NBA when you have in the second row the general manager, Danny Ainge, going ballistic on the referee after almost every call. That's special to the NBA, isn't it, right? That all of a sudden you can see the guy who's running the franchise as pissed off as every other fan.
Well, he was a coach too. Remember?
Isn't it? It's just really it's become really must see to go over to the Garden and go see the Celtics.
I think we're in for a really special period of time here.
Timmy made a great point, and no bigger Bruins fan than you. That you enjoy going to
It's not even
Celtics
close
games
right
more than
now.
Bruins
It's
games.
not even, the
Oh,
Bruins are a very boring
Kyrie
It's a
team.
lively
Irving changes
crowd.
everything.
Right? He
It
does.
changes everything as far as watching the game, enjoying the game.
And add it to the Tatum.
Yeah.
But can you remember, does the immediate effect of Kyrie Irving, doesn't it kind of remind you of Pedro Martinez when
I think that's a
there
very
really
good
wasn't
analogy.
any kind of,
One of your rare good analogies.
incubation period? I mean, from get-go, he was a star. He connected with the fans, and it has like, he's been here.
He was beloved
time.
right
He's
off the bat.
He's going to own this town.
Yeah. Oh, he already does, I think, right?
But he's an intelligent guy. He's well spoken. He wanted to come to Boston.
But he'll never take Tom's place.
No, he won't. I know.
Not unless
There's
he moves
another
to Brookline.
very handsome point guard out there who's looking to.
He just sits at third base side, and he just keeps on defending Tom. You don't have to defend him.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, he's the guy. He's the guy.
Of course he is. We love him so much, and we'd love to have you on the
Kyrie,
show.
my God, he's so exciting to watch.
Yeah,
He's
wow.
just, and he wants that ball, and he hits that shot. Like, when he needs to make that shot, he hits the shot.
Oh, it's
He
fine.
doesn't want the ball more than Marcus.
Oh, don't even get me started.
Nobody wants the ball more than Marcus.
I'm skipping on Marcus this week because nobody plays better off the ball. When he doesn't shoot, he's such a valuable
Oh,
player.
yeah.
But every time he shoots, it's literally
He had a
taking
horrible
years
night.
out
I
of my
went the
life.
other night. He had a
Marcus
horrible
has
night.
more assists per game in half the minutes.
Did you see that stat? The worse he shoots, the better the Celtics do.
Is
Yeah.
that right?
Yeah, there's an incredible stat.
He's like the
wor-
most productive person in the NBA.
When he has his worst nights, the Celtics win every single time.
And Danny loves him, and the coach loves him too.
And everyone does is talk about Marcus
I
Smart
mean, he's the
all the
only
time.
one left, right?
But he's a lightning
I
rod,
think
right?
he has an intangible leadership quality on
He
that
sure
team.
does.
And every great team, I believe, and it's usually not the best player. Sometimes it's the 7th or 8th best player who is the leader in that locker room. There are certain guys in the Patriots locker room, when you're dogged in practice, they're going to get on you. When
Yeah.
you're not acting like
Slater.
a Patriot,
Right.
they're going to get on you. Matthew Slater, these
Yeah,
guys
he's a
have
good player.
they have an aura about them of leadership. And
It's
I
not
believe
just
Marcus
that.
Smart.
I believe that
Yeah.
when it comes down to brass tacks and it's a championship game and it comes down to one play, he's the kind of guy that makes that play.
He does.
He wrecks everything else all day, but that's
He's
I
the
know he
kind
does.
of guy- he's the
You're
kind
right.
of guy that I want Jason Tatum and I want Jaylen Brown. He's the kind of guy I want those two guys around. And seeing how he carries
like
himself,
Bacchus.
how he just the way he lives his life. I probably, as a professional, as a Celtic representing the city, I believe those intangibles are what you want those young guys seeing.
Oh,
He
he's
just
no
loves. He
Antoine.
loves his athletes.
I
and
do.
he's Rodney Harrison of the basketball world.
Well,
You
the
always
Bacchus
have.
is a good analogy because Bacchus came back and the Bruins all of a sudden win 5 in a row.
I mean, he's no Antoine Walker.
And he's not Jimmy
Mr.
G
Wiggles.
either. All right, so we go to the Red Sox. All right, so
Who?
we're not going to get. Apparently, we're not getting
Do we have a
Giancarlo
baseball-
Stanton.
we have a baseball
Yeah.
team?
Oh, yes, we do. Did you pay your bill yet? That's
God,
coming
I
up.
forgot.
That's why the Red
You got your
Sox should
credit
be,
card with you? I need to borrow.
Red Sox should be making a big move before December 18th. That's when
Wow.
the bills are due.
When is the bill due? The 18th?
the 18th? Yeah.
What's a big move now?
I don't know, but Giancarlo Stanton apparently wants to stay in the West Coast, and we're not in the West Coast. Now, we didn't get the Babe Ruth of Japan.
He wants the West Coast too.
Yeah, he wants. Seeing that the West Coast is burning to the ground right now, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they'll
Real
decision.
estate's cheap.
Yeah, right. How do we make a big splash right now without signing either of those guys? We're
I don't.
trading
Do you
for him.
consider Martinez a splash? I don't. Hosmer, no.
Martinez, he doesn't move the dial at all. He does not sell one ticket.
You need to get 2 guys when you get him.
Hosmer doesn't sell a ticket. He's Mitch Moreland times 2, like we said, right? What can you do? Is there a move out there that we're not seeing?
It'd be up to Dombrowski to find it if he can, because that's his job to sell tickets.
Right.
That you mean to move the needle? You mean?
Yeah, he's moving the needle. Even David Ortiz came out this week and said the Red Sox need another David Ortiz. This is as clear, right, as you can get.
That's a good T-shirt he's selling there, though.
Yeah, he's like become a T-shirt salesman now.
You know,
It's
the
kind of
Stan-
pathetic.
the
You know,
Stan
saying the next 100 people will buy stuff.
The one that Johnny Damon had?
No, the one where the greatest comeback of all time.
Yeah.
That kind of takes off on the Patriots, 28-3, 34-28 on the back.
After the few debacles with the Panda and Price and Crawford, I think it's more important than ever that they find a guy that wants to play here and fits in this town.
Well, that's a great point because we're seeing that a guy like Kyrie Irving is a nice fit.
As much as I
Sandoval
want
was not.
Stanton, he's going to wilt. He seems like he's a guy who's going to wilt in front of 50 reporters every night.
He will.
And people torturing. He has a slump in there, torturing him and ripping him apart as we do here in Boston.
Yeah, because anyone who says they want to play in the West Coast, really what they're telling you is they don't want any pressure, right?
It'll be Adrian Gonzalez.
Yeah, right. They want to play in San
They
Diego.
want 2 reporters after the game, good or bad. Everything's fluffy. Everything's happy. That's the way they
Look
like
at the-
it.
Yeah,
Look at the
Stanton
checkbook.
wouldn't even talk to reporters at the All-Star game. And he was on his home turf. That was at Miami, and he was ducking people.
We'd end up riding him out of town. I believe a guy like that. We have to get the right guys.
I think the jury's still out on Price. Still, I know that's hard to say, but next year's his final, right?
No, he's got 4 more years,
4 or
right?
5
'Cause-
more.
But he gets the option after next year.
yeah,
He
but
does.
he's not.
Hopefully somebody
he's
gets
keeping
him.
his option.
Hopefully
Why
somebody
would
gets.
you give up $30 million a year?
But I think he
Hopefully-
still could pan.
Well, I think
so. Yeah.
I think if someone can get to him, someone who he respects,
Like Alex Cora.
and gives him a lesson in life in the big leagues in high-profile East Coast cities on how to live with it.
Well, look, he just has to pitch like he pitched.
He's been
If
around,
he pitches well, people will have
Like
already
he did in the
forgotten it.
playoffs.
Because now all of a sudden that whole tag that he can't pitch in the playoffs is gone. He was fantastic in the playoffs, right? Now, so look, and he gave whatever they needed, right? You want an extra inning, coach? I'm happy to do it. So he
Well,
comes in with
he saved himself in that playoff.
but he comes in with a clean slate, don't you
He
think?
sure does.
do.
He's on the honeymoon again.
So if he stays quiet, I don't even think that's
That was
even a
That was
story.
a lot of damage control.
But I still think they need to put him and Pomerantz on kind of a pitch count for a seasonal pitch count that they have to not overburden them so that they're dead arms by the end of the year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
hope
know.
Pomerantz doesn't bounce, like the other kid did last
Yeah,
year.
I think that's going to be
Oh,
huge.
like our,
Look
Cy
at
Young Award winner.
Yeah.
a guy like Brad Stevens is controlling the minutes even right now of his best players. And so all thinking about the playoffs. You have to do that moving forward.
Yeah.
You have to be that kind of thinker. So
Francona did it. He always gave Beckett like a stint and Lester stints on the DL in the middle of the year. No one knew where they came from.
That's an interesting thing because now you got coaches managing the players for that reason, and you got players with incentives in their contracts.
right.
you
Yeah,
know?
right. Exactly.
That's a slippery slope.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah, right. I mean, management's going
that's
to have to.
why you're the manager. You gotta
I
do
mean,
it.
this suspension could cost Gronk. I mean, he's on. He's
Millions
laid.
of dollars.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, well, then don't hit guys who are
Yeah.
laying down on the ground, and then you won't have a problem. All right. So I ask you, boys, because when I mentioned the Red Sox, there weren't great excitement. Are the Red Sox third in this town right now to obviously the Patriots and the
Yeah,
Celtics?
until the season starts.
No, I think
No, but they third right now for Christmas season. If you're looking to buy a present for a team,
Definitely.
are they third?
But I also agree with Pete until the season.
I will say under the age of 40, it's not even close. Not even close.
Oh,
Yeah, we're
Well-
going to see a lot of green hats in
The
January.
Celtics are very close
Yeah.
to the
Right,
Patriots.
right,
I,
yeah.
I have teenage boys, and it's all Celtics all the time. The Bruins, they don't even talk about that. And I'm a hockey family. It's all Celtics all the time.
Well, the Celtics have been brilliant, even with the bad years, the Vin Baker years, to always market to the young people, the in-game entertainment and stuff.
Awesome offseason.
But they're also they always drew like
had an awesome.
but they always drew 14, 15,000, even in the worst teams, and most of the people were young.
Whoever
people.
was in charge of the marketing for the NBA this summer should be given a gold medal because there's never been more excitement
Everything
about the
silver
NBA.
does turns to gold.
I know, right? He's done a great job, and he knows when to stay quiet.
That helps when the other teams are imploding too.
And he doesn't suspend his best player for 4 games or equivalent to 20 games for deflating the basketball. And I just want to mention before we go, guys, everybody's favorite, Tyler Thornburg, who did not throw a pitch for the Red Sox, but the fact that we gave up like 60 players for him, just got a new contract for another $2.2 million to sit on the sidelines.
What do
As
you
my
mean sit on
daddy
the
used to
sidelines?
say, there's some people who've got their
They should learn
horseshoes up their ass. That's it. And so we finish the show with that. Want to thank, of course, the boys. Want to thank everyone behind the scenes. Of course, the lovely and talented Adrian and handsome Todd.
We'll
Please
have
check.
his T-shirts out soon.
Yeah, right. That's right.
The handsome one.
Yeah, right. Make sure to pick those up. make sure to come next week to the show. On next one, you guys get me all disoriented. And check out our website at thegrandstanders.com. My name is Scott Kerman. Have a great and happy night. You got me on. Interrupt Mike's. I'm Scott Kerman. Have a great and happy night. The elephants are in town.
Here comes the circus.